Dear students, in this video section, you are going to learn 8th standard chemistry. The lesson name is air. In this, the lesson air, the last topic of the air, now I am going to teach you. There are subtopics in air. They are oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide. These gases and its properties, like physical properties, chemical properties, and everything, I think so you have learned in that earlier video section. In this section, now you are going to learn about greenhouse effect and global warming. What is that? Greenhouse effect and global warming. Now let us understand what is called the greenhouse effect, what is called global warming, and what are the effects of this global warming, and how to prevent this global warming. And one more topic also you are going to learn in this section, this video section, acid rain. That also you are going to learn in this section. First, you should understand what is greenhouse effect. For understanding the greenhouse effect, that you know, solar radiations is observed by surface of land and ocean. Right? Solar radiation is sunlight. Sunlight radiation is absorbed by this land and ocean. In turn, that is opposite of that, they releases, which one releases? Land, the ocean releases infrared rays. What is infrared? That is shortly writing IR rays. Earlier what I said, solar radiation absorbed by land, then infrared rays, that is infrared rays releases from the land and oceans, that absorbed by atmosphere. That absorbed by atmosphere. IR is absorbed by atmosphere. In atmosphere, there are some gaseous molecules present. In atmosphere, what is present? Some of the gaseous molecules present. Gaseous molecules present in the atmosphere. That gaseous molecule is absorbed these IR rays, right? Because IR rays is releases land after absorbing of solar radiation. The absorbing of solar radiation, land and ocean releases these IR rays. These IR rays, when it is reaches the atmosphere region, there are, that you know, gaseous molecule present in the atmosphere. This is in the atmosphere, gaseous molecule is present. When gaseous molecule absorb the IR rays, again this IR rays, that is re-radiated, that means it is releases heat energy to all the directions of the atmosphere. After releasing, that is after absorbing the IR rays, the atmosphere already contains some of the gaseous molecules. After absorbing the IR rays into gaseous molecules, there suddenly the heat is liberated. This heat is releases, it goes to all the direction of the atmosphere. What happened now? Can you think what happened? The heat is goes, it releases all the direction. Yes, the atmosphere itself, heat is generated. The more amount of heat is gained by the atmosphere. Okay, this answer we should learn this. So after this, then we know the gases which are present in atmosphere. Just we can know some of the gaseous molecules. That is the atmosphere. The gases which are absorb these radiations, such gases The gases which absorb the radiations even from the land and other some of the radiation already in the atmosphere. The radiation absorbed. Such a gases are called greenhouse gases. You may understood here. What are greenhouse gases? What are greenhouse gases? No? Carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide, methane, carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide, methane, and then CFC. This is chlorofluorocarbon. What is this? Chlorofluorocarbon. It is shortly CFC, chlorofluorocarbon. So these are the gaseous molecules are present in atmosphere. Because of these gaseous molecules, while absorbing the infrared rays, which is releases from the land and the ocean. Now you have to think here. This amount, what is this level of gases? This level of gases increases in the atmosphere. What happened? Good. When these level of gases, carbon dioxide, even nitrous oxide, is N2O, methane, such a gases amount, that is level, is increases in the atmosphere, automatically the temperature of the atmosphere also increases. Right? Because of the increasing amount of these gases, the temperature of the atmosphere also increases. So this is actually the only reason, because that pollutant also is already there in the atmosphere. Because of the pollutant, the amount of these greenhouse gases increases. So that actually the thing is happened. Such a thing is called, such a process is called global warming. What is global warming? Global warming. The increasing level of the gases which are present in that atmosphere, how these gases increase? No, some of that activities is done by the human beings. We are using fossil fuels. Even the factories are releasing some amount of wastes. Because of that, these gases amount is increased. When these gases amount is increased, the atmosphere, what is temperature also increases. When the temperature of atmosphere increases, automatically some hazardous things will happen. So that's we are going to be called effects of global warming. Understood? So this process is called global warming. Now, can you understand what is global warming? Okay. Only thing should be understood here. The level of these gases increases. By increasing of these gases level, it suddenly the atmosphere temperature increases. When the atmosphere temperature increases, there are some other things will be happening. Some other what are the negative, that means hazardous things will be happening. Let's see what are the effects of this global warming. Let's go to the next one. Effects of global warming. The first one is melting of ice cap by the glaciers. You see here, the glaciers, the ice cap that is going to be melted. Yes, absolutely, because the temperature increases in the atmosphere. Automatically, the surface of earth temperature also increases. When increasing atmosphere temperature, even earth surface temperature, there the glaciers, glacier meaning Panipari in Tamil. The glacier is going to be melted. When the glaciers, the ice cap, is melting, the level of water is increasing in the sea, even in the ocean. Automatically, what will be some other the region, the people who are living in the region of ocean, so that area is submerged. Yes, this is the reason. The ice cap and glacier is melting. The increasing amount of water level, it automatically going to be felt. Understood? This is the first effect of global warming. The second one, increase increase in frequency of flood. Yes, increase in the frequency of floods at the time of raining. When excess of rain takes place, or these glaciers and ice caps is melting, the frequency of flood will be increases. Even the soil erosion also takes place. The automatic flood increases, soil erosion takes place. This is the second thing, the increase of frequency of flood, that is soil erosion. This is the second effect. Let's go for the third one. Okay. The third effect of global warming is spreading of waterborne and insect-borne diseases. Spreading of waterborne diseases. You know what are waterborne diseases? Yes, cholera, viral fevers. That is what we can call viral fevers, typhoid fever. So that are considered waterborne diseases. And this waterborne diseases which takes place with the increase, that is global warming. Your insect-borne diseases, dengue, some other diseases like dengue, such a diseases which takes place when the global warming is happening. That is insect-borne diseases. Understood? So this is about the third effect of global warming, spreading of waterborne and insect-borne disease. It's automatically spread. It's automatically spread all over when the global warming takes place. There is the place to spreading action. This is the thing you should be understood. This is about the effects of global warming. Now we go for the preventive measures. What are the preventive measures we should be adopt or we should be take to overcome the effect of global warming? This is the thing you should understand. What are the preventive measures? What are the preventive measures we should be take to overcome these problems, to overcome this effect? Now, let's see what are the preventive measures we should take. The first one is reducing the use of fossil fuels. This is important. Reducing the use of fossil fuels. What are fossil fuels? Yes, petrol, diesel, kerosene, etc. These fuels are fossil fuels. We should reduce the use of fossil fuels. These are without using that, how can we travel one place to another? Understood? Diesel, petrol. We should reduce. We should minimize that by using of that. Use of fossil fuels. Understood? Because the fossil fuels, while burning, that releases carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide, and methane gases. Fossil fuels burning, that releases such a gases. Because of fossil fuels only, carbon dioxide and nitrous oxide level is increases. Understood? Level is increases, so that global warming takes place. This is the thing you should keep in your mind. So that we should reduce the use of fossil fuels. Next thing, controlling deforestation. This is important. Controlling deforestation. Instead of that, we should be go afforestation. Deforestation is cutting off trees. Cutting off trees is deforestation. This should be controlled. Should not be cut the trees for our daily activities, for construction of buildings. Some other activities should not be cut the trees. Deforestation. This should be reduced. Understood? Because it can be the forest, the trees are there in the forest. It can absorb easily the carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide gases, etc. You cannot be released out. It can be absorbed itself. Then automatically the level of atmosphere is maintained. Level of, that is surface of earth atmosphere is maintained. So that we should control the deforestation. Planting more trees. The second next step is planting more trees. We should plant the more trees. We should plant the more trees. We should not be cut the trees. We should plant more trees. Suppose for our activity, suppose we are cutting one tree. We should plant under trees. This is actually the plan for our government. When you are cutting one tree, for equal to that, for subsidizing that, how many trees you should be planting? You should plant under trees. That is the things you should keep in your mind. So planting more trees. Next, reducing, reusing and recycling resources. Reduce, reuse and recycling the resources. What we are using the resources, that resources was being reduced. It should be reused. What we are using the resources should be reused and recycled. That should be recycled. Then only it cannot be over. So reduce. This is we are following 3 R's. We should follow 3 R's of the resources. These things you should keep in your mind. 3 R's: reducing, reusing, and recycling the resources. Next we go using renewable energy resources. This is important. Using renewable energy resources. We should not be use non-renewable resources. What? We should not be use non-renewable resources. We should use renewable energy resources. What are renewable energy resources? Good. Solar energy and wind energy. Solar energy, wind energy. These energy resources are called renewable resources. We should use this energy. We should use this energy even for our what? For all the purpose. So nowadays the government is planning use of solar energy and wind energy to product, to generate the electricity, right? So this is the thing you should be keeping in your mind. How to prevent global warming? Rather effects are there. That effect how we are going to be overcome. This you should be keep in your mind. This is about preventing measures of global warming. Yes. Now we go for the acid rain. I thought you may understood the global warming and its effect. What are the preventive measures we should take? Should listen this also. This also very easy topic. You can understand clearly. So acid rain. What's that? Rain itself it is an acid. Yeah, it's happened. Rain. So this is rainwater is purest form of water. It is purest form of water. Definitely, rainwater is the purest form. You cannot compensate any water with it. You cannot compensate. It is a very purest form. Then, before it is mixture of nitrogen dioxide and sulfur dioxide gases, that is the air pollutant. Before the air pollutant is mixed with that, the rainwater is the purest form. The rain mixed with the air pollutant. How air pollutant in atmosphere? For example, oxides of nitrogen. Oxides of nitrogen. This is one of the air pollutant. Oxides of nitrogen, like nitrogen dioxide with nitrous oxide. Then oxides of sulfur. Oxides of sulfur. This is another one of the air pollutant. It is sulfur dioxide and sulfur dioxide. These two oxides. How these two oxides are formed? No. The factories releases gases. Even fossil fuels like petrol engines and diesel engines releases sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide gases. Even volcano, during the volcano eruption, it releases hazardous gases. That's the sulfur dioxide and nitrous oxide. These are all called air pollutant. When these air pollutant mixed with by the time of raining, before it's mixed with this pollutant, rainwater is the purest form, no doubt at all. When this pollutant is already present in atmosphere, when this pollutant mixed with that rain, you know that whatever may be the phases, whatever may be the form, the water formula, rainwater also is H2O. Water formula is H2O. When this H2O is mixed with these pollutant, these oxides of nitrogen, that is NO2, while raining, automatically is mixed with that because this pollutant already made and is stored in the atmosphere. Am I right? Is stored already in the atmosphere. By the time of raining, this water is mixed with the nitrogen dioxide. They are forming This is a product is subtype. This is not a good product. Oh, this is good some other way. But in this is acid. What is the name of this acid? Because we have studied in the 7th and 6th standard level. Good. Nitric acid. The formula of nitric acid is HNO3. Even additionally, nitric oxide. This is NO is formed. How this reaction takes place? This is rain. When mixed with the pollutant, this is oxides of nitrogen, and these two are react together. That forms nitric acid. Yeah, acid is forming at the time the acidity of rain is increasing. Acidity of rain is increasing because of in the drain now the acid is mixed. Acid is formed. That acidity is already increasing. So this acid, this is nitric acid. When you are looking these equations, so the equation is not balanced. For balancing that, here 3 moles of water we should take. Here 2 moles of nitric acid we should take. Right? Now you take 2 hydrogen in this side, and 2 HNO3. This is 2. 2 HNO3. This is 2. Now this 2 hydrogen, nitrogen is 1 hydrogen. Even oxygen is this is 2. This is actually 2 NO2 and 1. Now it is balanced. 2 NO2 and 1 moles of water. H2O plus NO. Now you see. This is called the product. This side is called reactant side. Now we should see number of atoms present in the reactant. That atom should be always equal to the number of atoms present in the product. This is actually called the balanced equation. In the left hand side, 2 hydrogen is present. Hydrogen is 2. In this right hand side, that is in the product side, there are 2 hydrogen. Now we go for the oxygen. In the reactant, how many atoms of oxygen is present? 2 2s are 4, 4 plus 1 is 5. Now this is that reactant, these are 6, 6 plus 1 7. Now we go for that, it is 2, 4, now it is, now 2, 3 NO2. 3 NO2. Now it is 2 3s are 6, 6 plus here 1, 6 plus 1 is 7. 7 oxygen. It is 3 NO2. It is 2 moles of nitric acid. Not 2 NO2. Now it is balanced. It is 3 NO2. Oxygen of 3 moles are 6. Here 1 oxygen. 6 plus 1 7. Nitrogen here there is 3 nitrogen. In this also there are here 2 nitrogen and 1 nitrogen. Oxygen is 7. Nitrogen is 3 nitrogen. Reactant even product also 3 nitrogen. This is the balancing equation. That is 1 moles of water reacting to 3 moles of nitrogen dioxide. The product is 2 moles of nitric acid and nitric oxide, 1 mole of nitric oxide. This is the balancing equation. That is H2O plus 3 NO2 gives 2 HNO3 plus NO. 2 plus 1 3 nitrogen. 2 3s are 6 plus 1 7 oxygen. Now the equation is balanced. Now you should be understood, and you should check whether the reactant side is balanced with the product side or not. Yes, like this, the increasing amount of acid in the rain is increasing, the acidity is increasing. Now the rain will become acid, so that it is called acid rain. The same way sulfur. When that sulfur dioxide mixes into water, when the sulfur dioxide mixes into water, it forms sulfurous acid. What is the name of acid? It is sulfurous acid. Sulfurous acid. SO2, that is sulfur dioxide. It is oxides of sulfur. When mixed with the water, it forms sulfurous acid H2, SO3. The same way, when sulfur trioxide mixed with water, this forms sulfuric acid H2SO4. H2SO4, the sulfuric acid. So this is also acid form. This is also an acid form. How this acid is forming? When rainwater is mixed with this air pollutant. By the time the rainwater become more acidic, that rain is called acid rain. The rain is called acid rain. Then another way we should see acid rain. Then we go for the pH level of pH level. Our rainwater, the pH is 5.6. The 5.6, the pH of rainwater. When this pollutant is mixed with that, so that acid rain now becomes acid rain. The acid rain pH, this acid rain pH is less than 5.6, less than 5.6. That we know that pH scale 7 is the neutral. When it comes below the 7, it is below the 7 up to 0 or 1, that is strong. The acidity is strong. Acid strength is strong. So it is below 7 or 5.6. So it is acid. Even pH, rainwater pH also, the pure form of rainwater also 5.6, because the atmosphere contains carbon dioxide. When carbon dioxide mixes with the rainwater, then become carbonic acid. So that it is not exactly 7. The rainwater pH is around 5.6. The acid rain pH is less than 5.6. This should be understood very carefully. Rainwater pH is 5.6. Acid rain pH is less than 5.6. Meaning of pH is power of hydrogen ion concentration. Hydrogen ion, that we know, when hydrogen ion present in a substance, such a substance is called acid. That concentration is called pH. Less than 5.6, it is the pH of acid rain. That's why the strength of acid is increased when the rain is mixed with the pollutant like nitrogen dioxide and the sulfur dioxide. Understood? This is about acid rain, how these acid rains are forming, what is the pH of this acid rain, better. Now we go for the effects of acid rain. Okay, acid rain now we have seen, you are understood clearly what actually its effect. What is the effect of acid rain? You may ask the doubt. You can arise questions yourself. Effects of acid rain. It irritates eggs and skin. Acid rain, because it's acid, no, that irritates. So when the rain is touching our skin, our skin will become irritated. Then eyes also irritate. The eyes, it is not in the normal condition. It's irritating, it starts. So type of pain it starts. That is the first and main effect of acid. It irritates eyes and the skin. Second one, it resists germination and the growth of seedling. It resists. It stop germination and the growth of seedling. Germination. When acid rain occurs, it stops. It resists the germination. There is no chance of growing the plant, planting the plant. Even the seedling also, the growth of seedling also, it resists. The seedling, plant is seedling, it resists. And even germination also is not possible. This is the important effect, cause of acid rain. It changes the fertility. This is important, very important. Fertility of the soil. When the soil is a good condition, that is the fertile condition, there is a chance of germination, everything. The planting and everything will be chances. Farming will be happening. The fertility is not in the good condition, we cannot cultivate any crops, right? So that it changes, it reduces, especially here, it reduces the fertility of the soil. The acid rain reduces fertility of the soil. Next, it causes corrosion of any building. Yeah, it damages many buildings, even the bridges. Such a powerful rain it is. because it's going to be corrode. This acid, no, it corrode the buildings, it damage the buildings, even some of the bridges also is going to be damaged. Such a thing is happening. An acid rain falls into the building. So these are some of the effect of acid rain. So okay sir, acid rain, it is affected. There is a solution for that. Now we are going to see what are the preventive measures. What are the preventive measures we should take to avoid acid rain or to control the acid rain? That's by the hands of ours. It is just we are having that chance how to control, how to prevent this acid rain. That's called preventive measures. That's called preventive measures. First one, minimizing the usage of petrol, diesel, etc. This is important. Minimizing the usage of petrol, diesel, etc. Petrol, diesel, that vehicles should be minimized. That we should not be at the same day, one fine day, or the first moment we cannot be do. And not using two-wheeler, not using buses for the transport. Like that, I cannot say the fine moment, but it should be reduced, minimized. You can take a very small. Suppose we are going very small distance, very near to us. We go by walk. We should not be taken by the time two-wheeler and transport. We go by walk. So that thing should be keep in your mind. That's minimizing the usage of petrol and diesel. This is one of the way I tell you. But it should be minimized. Actually, because petrol diesels are it releases sulfur dioxide into the dioxide. No, this is the reason why the rain will become acid. That's why it should be minimized. Using using CNG. This is compressed. CNG abbreviation is compressed natural gas. Compressed natural gas is called CNG. What is compressed natural gas? Natural gas we are using. We should use natural gas. So this is by using of natural gas, transportation also takes place. Even in Delhi. In Delhi, the buses and all using this CNG, compressed natural gas. So in this fuel, that CNG used as a fuel for buses, even our capital Delhi, because there are many polluted. Nowadays, even this season, we are going to this season, there are many polluted. People cannot live happily in the Delhi cities. These next 3 months, the high pollution takes place. Understood? So for that, what they are doing, some of them, they can take some preventive measures for that. Instead of using petrol and diesels for running buses and some other cars, they already started. They started to use CNG, compressed natural gas as a fuel. So in that they are using for the transportation. Understood? This is important. You should keep in your mind. Next we go using non-conventional source of energy. This is also one thing. Using non-conventional source of energy. Non-conventional source of like solar energy, that energy, wind energy. Such a source we should use. Understood? Solar battery for the transportation, for the buses, for the car. For the two-wheeler, better we should use solar battery. Then our government is planning. They are modifying the engine to suitable for the solar production. That is suitable for the solar. That's going to takes place. Understood that it is non-conventional source of energy we should use. Proper disposal of industrial waste. This is also very important. Industrial wastes that should be disposed in the proper way. Proper disposal of industrial wastes. The factories should release 0% waste. They should be do recycling activities. They should not be release the waste as it is. That should be make it into 0%. They have to be released the wastes. And this 0% waste they should be released. Such a thing is called disposal of the industrial waste. Proper disposal of industrial waste. This is some of the preventive measures. We should follow these preventive measures for avoiding acid rain. Understood? Okay. So far, I thought you understood very clearly this global warming and acid rain. Very simply is given in your textbook. Very easy concept. When you are go through after watching this video, you can understood very clearly. If you have any doubt, you call to my number and ask me. I will clarify your doubt. Okay? Until then, bye. Take care.